Gotta move those guys out of there for the moment. Match view. Hello,
We're here.
we're here to see the next to last set of the semifinal for USA Senior 2. My name's Steve Sanborn. I'm here with Bruce Rogoff, and we're going to cover this starting right away. As of this moment, I see Jack. Is Jack going to be with us also?
Jack Oast.
I see some people logging in behind. I'm going to have to do so. Okay. Okay, I have the power to do something about that.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I think, well, this is interesting. There's 30 boards left, and Lewis is down 65 imps. Now, obviously, people have made up that much in half that time, in rare occurrences, but you have to wonder how much the Lewis team is looking at the clock, so to speak, and if they're going to try to, if they're going to be feeling pressure to create opportunities. So we'll see how they play it. So right away, Mark Itabashi with a decent 11 count, but a singleton in the suit his partner opened, has decided to force the game. That would be the choice of many, and many would also perhaps not force the game right here. So we'll see what develops. It looks like
the Berkowitz has taken the same route also.
Yeah.
The difference being that he has chosen to raise diamonds, and East had chosen just to bid 2-0 rather than raise the diamond suit.
Yeah, it's interesting what you should do there. I think you want to bid 2-0 trump to protect the heart tennis. We'll see. It's probable that Berkowitz will try 3-0 trump now anyway, after Larry bid 3 spades. And so he does. So both tables are going to play in 3-0 trump here.
Likely heart leads.
Yeah. So what's going to happen to 3-0 trump?
They've got the right thing. So why is that showing there?
Which one? Not sure what you.
Okay, both South players have led a hard spot. So what are our declarers going to do for tricks?
Well, they're going to hope somehow clubs come home. Their probable best shot is clubs coming home in 4-4. If club gets ducked, they're short entries. So
yeah,
they're short
entries. So
no matter what.
If they take 2 hearts and 1 club and 2 spades and 3 diamonds, that's still not enough tricks. So they're going to be pretty desperate for tricks here. And I really don't see any way that they're going to end up making this contract.
I happen to agree. It'll probably go down about the same at both tables, unless one declarer gets a little more inspired at some point. But given off a heart lead, each table has already got their suit set up with an entry, and then in the other hand, the jack of clubs isn't coming down, which was certainly one long shot. So if the jack of clubs had come down, they had some tricks, and then they would have made 5 clubs and 2 hearts and 2 spades and a diamond.
Now, based on the spot that was led, Itabashi doesn't know if hearts are 5-3 or 4-4.
No, he may not, and they could actually be 6-2. In which case he has a prayer. But unfortunately for him, they're not. I'm not sure if I don't have their card out. I don't know. I don't know if low initially was attitude or 4th best. That's all. Because he might have led fourth from, he might have led the 3 from a 6-bagger.
Well, both declarers are hoping against hope that they could set up clubs without allowing South in to run hearts, but obviously that's not happening. I'll expect South to run his heart suit and then shift to a spade looks most likely.
And it looks like Itabachi is just setting up for the diamond to be on. So that he can get to his hand.
Well, both, yeah.
He's already down. He
I think
doesn't want to.
both declarers are going to have to take the same route here. All right, so down 2 is what we would expect at both tables.
Moldavsky, some reason, thinking a while over the 10 of clubs. He knows he's got 3 heart tricks if his partner wins this. So
I'm not sure, does he think that declarer might have queen and a spade here?
he might, but it's still, they have enough tricks if they, unless declares right.
You would
Getting him-
think that declarer would have bid 4 spades instead of 3-0 if he had queen and a spade. Because while Larry's 3 spade bid might have been a punt of some sort, it could also have been a 6-card suit, because they'll bid their 4-card side suit before rebidding a 6-card major.
That's very, yeah.
Okay, well, back in the what is this room?
We'll call the one on the right the closed room. We'll let Larry and David be in the open room today.
Okay, so the closed room on the right. So far, a normal diamond and 1 hard overcall.
Right, Neil has avoided the 1-0 with the singleton low heart bid.
Yeah.
The 1 hard overcall will get a no trump and double, which is Jeff did well already to bid out, although it's Garner has now bid 2 clubs. I'm not sure if Mark thinks he has enough to double here.
No, he doesn't, because all he has is heart tricks.
All he did, but Neil showed some extras, assumedly, to double 1-0, not just short hearts, I would think. So it's a little, he's
Yeah,
gonna pass.
I don't think he'll feel he has
Jeff will
enough to double.
certainly pass. Unless
And-
Jeff corrects the 2 hearts.
Yeah, that won't be pretty. He might,
No,
well, he did well to pass.
He respects the double.
He might suspect that for West to double, that hearts are breaking pretty badly. So he stayed out of trouble by passing 2 clubs. So the first board was indeed a push at down 2. And now we have a similar start in the open room. Now for Larry and David, 1 diamond doesn't mean what it means for Neil Silverman and Mark Itabashi, because how short can their diamond be? A doubleton?
They can be, yeah, they still play, I'm pretty sure they still play 2 diamonds as 3 suited.
Yeah, with short diamonds. So
Short diamonds,
So we have a similar start to the auction. We'll see if Daub decides to bid 2 clubs. He can't be too thrilled about his own heart suit. So he's thinking about it.
He's passed. That'll create a variation. Now
Yeah,
the question is what David's gonna try. Wonder if he'll try and play hearts.
well, he'll pass.
He'll take a shot. Adam probably has nowhere to go.
Yeah, David and Larry are more often than most pairs going to look to penalize people that get in their auctions. They like to discourage people from being too active against them.
David loves to penalize people.
Yeah, I think that's like his favorite thing to do.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, the
Other than
defense,
maybe watch Perry Mason.
yeah, the defense against two clubs is started. Well, they led a diamond, which Garner won the ace. He led a spade, and Silverman immediately won ace king of spades and gave his partner a spade rough. So nothing good came of the spade play. He was hoping for spades 3-3 because he's scrambling for tricks.
He's absolutely scrambling now.
Right, but he's not doubled. One no trump doubled would be a little more interesting here.
Right. Now Larry got off to, it's not clear if it's a fortunate or unfortunate lead at the moment of a diamond.
Yeah,
There's a lot, the heart suit looked good for David behind the thing. I'm a little surprised Larry didn't lead a heart, but I guess he was hoping for just a little better overall hand.
yeah. Well, David certainly couldn't have any less for his pass there. But
Yeah, or he to some extent he had nowhere to go. He
well,
could
that's
have,
true.
he could have guessed. I mean, his partner, he probably could have taken a shot on bidding his 3-card diamond suit.
Well, for all you know, partner has clubs.
I'm not sure that that Larry's double there, once they bid a heart, would cater to those hands.
Well,
I know Larry,
Larry would open a
especially
diamond.
once they bid a no trump. On this particular auction, I'd be surprised if partner didn't have, maybe like a 4x1 or something, but still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could even be 3-5 in the minors. That's also true, I think.
Could be 4-1-3-5. Mike.
Yeah.
Then, but probably by next year, for all that they play once a year or something, they'll decide the 2 clubs should have been passer correct.
Yeah.
So at the other table, at
Well,
the 2
Steve's going to
club
go
table,
quietly down 2 tricks here,
down 2 tricks,
undoubled.
undoubled.
So, well, this looks like it's going to be a good start for Declare and one no trump doubled. He's starting on clubs, which lay very nicely for him.
That laid nicely too. So he's now got 3 clubs, 2 diamonds, and a heart in the bag.
Yeah, and I don't know that the defense could do enough to I guess if he leads a heart and gets a diamond, well, maybe he leads the king of diamonds before leading a heart. No, he could he could
let
lead
a
a heart through and get a diamond through
Adam may
Declare.
not. Okay, Adam's gonna let David in now, which is gonna not be so good. Now he's
It turned out to be a poor move
right.
for Adam.
David can play at the 9 of diamonds through now.
Yeah.
There's nothing good that can happen now. So this diamond lead didn't really hurt at the beginning. They were gonna have to play really well to make this.
Right. So he's gonna go down 1.
He was gonna have to rise ace of hearts and play his clubs and lead up, start leading to the spades and get an extra trick somehow that way.
Yeah.
If he'd gone up with the ace of hearts, David never would have been able to get in.
Yep. That was a key play. All right, what's taking place in the closed room here? North opened the diamond, 2 spade overcall, which looks pretty appropriate with that offense to defense ratio there. Negative double, 4 spades. 5 diamonds from Garner. Well, it's possible he could lose a diamond.
Diamonds doesn't look like it's going to be much of a struggle.
Yeah, well, I guess there's no reason why he shouldn't guess the hearts as well. So I
He
guess
may never need to.
Oh no, he won't need to unless they lead one.
Right. If they play a diamond, he'll just concede the third round, rough the second spade, rough a spade, diamond. Yeah, he might have to, but unlikely.
Actually, it looks, if you want to go on the assumption that Itabashi does not have, but actually Silverman could have ace queen of hearts.
Well, he's just gonna, I think he'll just play a diamond to his ace, a diamond to his ace, rough a spade, and then come to his hand with the king of clubs and play the ace of diamonds. And when Neil has the last one, he'll just throw him in.
Yeah, well,
He'll
he could certainly do that.
That'll wrap up a quick 5 without risking the heart guess ever. All that risk is that clubs were, that the guy doesn't have a void in clubs and have the long diamond, and 2 or more diamonds.
Yeah, I guess you're just gonna pay off to Itabashi having queen third of diamonds. If that's the case, and tough luck.
But you still have the heart guess after that.
No, I'm saying if his red queen was queen third of diamonds instead of the queen of hearts, then
Right.
then he would be going down. But he's taken the line of play you suggested. So Wildavsky is now cashing out for whatever he can get. Oh my goodness!
No, he now
got the
hooked the
club
club.
finesse. Wow! Now he's going to go down 3.
Yeah, now he's down 3. Correct. He played Larry right. He didn't
So
read necessarily the spots. I'm not knocking
Larry to
any of it.
be 3-1-5-4 instead of having 4 spades.
Not clear. He might have just played Larry for 4 clubs in any of the patterns.
Well,
It
there weren't too many
probably
other
wasn't.
patterns left. I mean,
It was easy for us to see.
it probably looked from the defense like East had 3 diamonds in his hand.
Right.
Wow, so this is a real disaster for Lewis' team. Oh, I don't know why I thought he was vulnerable. Well, 500 is still not
500
awesome.
still wasn't pretty. Right.
No.
500
He
was
could have
still
had a
not.
push had he just cashed the
Right.
tricks that he had. So that was unfortunate for Wildavsky.
On board 34 in the closed room, we can see. I don't think Neil's a 1-0 opener with that type of hand. I'd be a little surprised.
He might. So this seems like a classic kind of hand to open a no trump when you have a stiff honor and suits that are not convenient, on the second round when you're 4-5 in the red suits, for instance.
Right. Now, do you have any feelings? I have more. He did open a no trouble. Without knowing their weak 2 bid style, when your partner's a passed hand, less likely he's suddenly going to leap the game, Texas you in the game. Even stiff king's not the worst card. I would agree
sometimes stiff king is better than too small. So
it could be, unless it's the trump suit. But on the other hand, I would certainly, if my hand pattern was something like this and my stiff king was in the minors, I'm all over those bids when your stiff's in the minors. So
you just figure you're going to get a major suit lead more often, I guess.
Well, and also if partner transfers, you're in a 6-1, even if it's a 3 level, if they commit you to playing in your stupid minor.
Yeah.
Part in it, and then, all of a sudden partner forgets and doesn't forget, but
Wait a
elects
minute,
to transfer on his 5 little spades.
Let's hold the phone a second. What? I suspected Abashi is going to call the director
Yeah,
because
I would
I think
think
he
so.
obviously just hit something wrong.
Right, they have to, they had this problem before where, I don't, we don't think Neil, I never got the official word. I don't think Neil Silverman psyched yesterday.
No,
So,
he didn't.
I
He didn't
assume,
call the director until his partner had been. He probably realized it then. Okay, they've taken the 4-0 Trump bid back.
right, but they've learned that somehow there's a way they're supposed to be able to stop the machines, because I was told what happened, Neil, by the time the director gotten that, the bid had been shown that's continued on the other side. So, okay, well, that was just a clear misclick. Wadowski and Daub have climbed up to 6 clubs, which is going to need a pretty good diamond guess to make. It's not the worst thing to try for at this point.
No, and he does know that East should have probably one more spade than his partner anyway. So
right, he may get that suit right. And this one, he needs to get that suit right because that'll be for the contract most likely.
yeah.
He's going to be able to draw trumps with no problem. But then it's getting the diamond suit right, because there will not, with clubs are 2-2, so he won't go down a ton. He'll have a second entry.
Well, at some point, Larry might cash the ace of hearts anyway if he got in. All right, he led the ace of spades.
Well, if he gets in, he'll know by then that he can cash the ace of hearts.
Yeah.
But the only way he's getting in is by getting the diamond trick.
So in the other room against 4 hearts, Garner gets to lead a low diamond away from the queen. So that caused Declare no pain. So he's just working on drawing trump right now.
Now he's got some problems with the 4-0.
Well, it's 4-1. They're
4-1, sorry, 4-0.
This is the second round of trump.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm laughing at myself.
So Wildavsky in the open room is starting to draw some trumps. And then he's going to have to decide on the diamond suit, which I have a feeling he's going to get right.
I think so now that David shows in a second club.
First of all, when you're down 60 or 70 imps, you also want to do something that might be just very, very slightly anti-percentage. So where most people would just try to cash ace king, here he knows that the spades are 5-6 between Larry and David.
And he's just right.
So, he may decide that this isn't really that anti-percentage after all. So it's a pretty close call. He decided to cash the king, thinking that the finesse was the percentage play, which would be taken at the other table.
The other table was merely playing 5 diamonds, so they didn't have these problems.
Yeah, so I don't think Larry's going to have any problem figuring out what to play now.
Yep. It turns out even if he does, they wouldn't have, it wouldn't have mattered. There were only 3 ditches left in dummy. So that's another swing for the Wolfson team, adding on to their lead.
So this is going to be a 10 imp swing. So what's happening in the other room here?
They've,
North, south have book, and he needs to find a way to make the rest of the tricks, which is going to be a little difficult since he's out of trump. The diamonds are not breaking. The club is offside. So looks like he's going to go down a couple here at least. So Larry chose to open one diamond, not a no trump.
that doesn't surprise me all that much. I know that they adamantly would always transfer to spades with 5. So let's go on. This auction certainly won't hurt them. They're going to get the game also. So,
Well, declared from the other side. So we'll see if David
can bring it in.
graced with a low club lead.
Might be Blake graced with a low spade lead.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to help as much.
No, it doesn't necessarily right away, but it certainly clears up the extra club loser. So,
Well, actually, the jack of spades comes down, so declarer could potentially pitch both clubs from the west hand eventually.
he could, but the trumps are poorly. The trumps again are the 4-1. I think is a threat for anybody on this hand.
Yeah, but the thing is that well, West, we'll see what West does.
Right, the lead will be very key.
You know, if it was a low spade and went king ace, I guess it would look normal for West to shift to a club, obviously, with West as dummy, but he led a low heart.
He's led a low heart. He does know that David's a passed hand, unlikely to have 11 points, and Larry's actually got a little extra. So Larry's 3 heart bid, unlike a lot of people, is basically going to have some distribution. There is no 17 or 18 count in Larry's hand coming down and dummy. So Adam is deduced that they're going to need to take tricks, via roughing.
Well, David was a passed hand, that's true. Though for big club practitioners, they don't open particularly light that I've seen. I mean, they'll open like a good 10 count that has like a real suit in it, but there are a lot of players that play strong club that open really light.
They are not, they are kind of, within the mod, they're conservative within the modern world.
Yes. All right, so he decided to play spades himself. Now the club comes through. Dow wishes he had a spot higher than the 4 to lead through. He doesn't want it to look like a low club. But I don't think Wildowski is going to continue clubs. He might try another trump.
He might try another trump.
Now, in the open room, I find it interesting what people like to open 2 clubs with. So Wolf's
they must have some agreement. I see that the 2 spade bid, the 3 spade bid showed something very specific, or maybe they play the waiting and we don't see it here, but they alerted the 3 spades. Maybe it showed this hand solid suit. Maybe they have an agreement to open, some sort of solid suit bid and bid it this way.
Yeah.
We can, so
Could just be saying, this is
He
trumps.
selected to play a heart. It's interesting, if he actually plays another round of hearts, David can now make this, actually, I believe, by roughing the
Well,
no, he's still gonna wind up.
I think I don't think he
shot.
can do everything.
You're right. He can.
He's
Yeah,
still
it
gonna have a
looks like
club
he
loser.
just can't quite do it all.
Yeah, even with the jack of spades coming down, he's still gonna have a club loser at the end. And he doesn't have he doesn't have the transportation to rough out diamonds.
Right.
So we didn't really look. What happens to four spades here? So the ace queen of clubs are both offside. So four spades just doesn't have enough tricks.
7 spades, a heart, a diamond, and no club at the moment. Right.
Right. They're gonna have 4 tricks before declarer can set up a club.
Right. He'll hit on a good lead with his club lead.
We'll see how many trumps declarer runs, and he'll try to hopefully get an error out of the opponents. But even so, he doesn't have any link to get to his king of clubs once he knocks out the ace. So it's not really going to help him too much. Itabashi would do well to duck this if he thinks there's any doubt about what.
Right. I'm sure that's he's kind of, he sees his partner's signal.
Yeah.
The 6 of hearts account.
So if there's any question about, what order they need to cash things in,
Now we'll get around to telling you I have 3 clubs.
Yeah. Now, what happens to the east hand if declarer he doesn't have any winners, but can he end play this guy? Can he save enough diamonds to get to
He can save a diamond also. He can just save 3 cards.
So he could save as long as he has diamonds.
Yeah.
So he could pitch 2 clubs and a dime. He could pitch 2 hearts and a diamond now and not have any issues.
Right.
Okay. Berkowitz ultimately went down 1. We saw that he really had no way to make it.
Push.
So Wolfson did in fact cash all his trumps. If he's been counting, he knows that the only club remaining is the ace of clubs out there.
If he's counting, he would concede.
Yes.
Never, as we all know in life, you never know when you accidentally missed one by accident. That's okay. Itabashi helped them out.
Right, so it was a fast claim for down 1.
So not surprisingly, in board 35 in the open room, Wadowski has opened only 1 spade. His partners responded 1 no.
So I'm going to guess this is a hand that bids 3 no.
And maybe David is entered with double. They
I
were
see
probably
this.
about to bid 3 no. Whether they still do will be interesting or not. Certainly seems like a reasonable gamble when
Well, he's
you're
got sort of
down.
a quarter half stopper in every suit.
And hopefully he thinks he has probably 8 tricks in his hand.
I would think he'll bid 3 no and let Berkowitz guess what to lead. He's going to have to lead a diamond to beat it. Which doesn't look obvious from Queen 10 third.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like 3-0 with his hand right here.
Oh, yeah, I don't dispute it at all. He's redoubled, which is now that the problem is that may tip off the diamond lead now.
Right, now he's gonna hear 2 diamonds.
I would think Larry would bid his strongest suit here, but he might, you know, he might know partner really has hearts.
I don't understand the redouble unless it's conventional. I mean,
Right.
you know, you have relatively little, I mean, not little defense. You do have ace, king, ace, and a couple of pieces there, but I mean, don't you just, I don't know, 7x2, you have 8 tricks in your own hand. Just bid 3-0 and let the opponents worry about it. Now he's made it probably a little difficult to make 3-0.
Be interesting to see if he bids something like 3 spades here. 3 now he's bids 3-0. Well, that's gonna be, you know, it'll take some time when he runs all the spades.
So Garner opened 3 diamonds with this 8-card suit in the other hand, in the other table, which vulnerable against not. I think that's fine to have an 8-card suit. Nothing terrible about it.
And Jeff is just gone straight for 5 diamonds.
Yeah. Well, Jeff is no shrinking violet.
No, he's got a lot of tricks in his own hand, though, in this particular case.
Well, his partner opened
The ace
3
king of
diamonds,
diamonds are
so
huge
typically
cards.
he'd have maybe queen jack 7, queen jack 10 7th of diamonds, and maybe like a side 4-card suit. If it's like king 4th of clubs, that's a possible hand he could have.
You have 4.5. You know, if the king of hearts is on side, you have 5 tricks in your own hand, including the top 2 trump honors. Now you're only asking partner to ever started with 6 tricks vulnerable.
Well, his partner's heart king could have just as easily been in hearts, like king 3rd of hearts and queen jack 10 7 of diamonds. And now
no, I'm saying if the king of hearts is on side,
yes,
then I have 5 tricks in my own hand. It's hard not to gamble on at least that,
all right.
And I don't think Gardner's particularly aggressive.
Well, David did indeed find the diamond lead after they were allowed to show them. So this could be rather fortunate for the Wolfson team that they got to push it down 1. But they haven't gone down just yet, but there's a pretty good chance that it will happen. But
Well, at some point, Larry's going to have 2 diamond tricks in his hand, and David will still have an entry to him, and we'll just get to this, the same kind of an almost same like end position, where David's going to put Larry in with a diamond, to play a club through. But actually, they'll have 3 diamonds and 2 aces by then. They won't even need the
now
club.
I wonder if Larry thinks that Dowd might have the queen of diamonds, since David did lead the 10.
Well, that'll create some problems, that's for sure.
Now, David did make a takeout double, so it's unlikely that he has 10 doubleton of diamonds.
Well,
But there you go.
Good, yeah, he's gone up king. Now be interesting what he feels compelled to play back here and whether David works out what's happened.
Well, they'll survive if Larry shifts to, say, the 9 of clubs.
And David works out to continue a high dime.
Yeah.
It's not so clear that anybody knows what's going on in diamonds at this point between either. David, if he was going to take this shot, would have been just as well off throwing the queen of diamonds on the track right away. Turns out. So. Okay, Garner has stroked in 11 tricks.
Now I missed the opening lead on that board, unfortunately. Maybe he
Yeah.
led a low, no, he wouldn't have led a low heart. He would have led like the king of clubs. I guess, unfortunately, we fanned on that one. We didn't look to see what they
I'll find,
did.
I'll get back to you on it. I'll find it.
So David led a low diamond back. So he's
Which
still got 3 tricks in his hand when eventually he gets in with an ace.
He's okay. He's announced that he's claiming at the end.
Right.
David has sped up the play. So I got that hand over with the club through, and David's getting his other trick out of the way. So now
Well, Larry did well to find the club shift if he wasn't going to continue diamonds, but there was no particular reason why he should know to continue diamonds.
no.
But still, Dummy
on
did
the other
have
hand,
17 high
when they
card
played
points.
5 diamonds, right? When they played 5 diamonds on this hand that from the north side, he led the king of clubs and continued clubs.
Oh, I see. So he okay. Yeah, so he just took 2 heart finesses.
And in fact, it ended up being a squeeze against LHO, against,
Against Berkowitz.
he got squeezed out of, even though the right.
Yeah, so it was just a spade heart. Although he ended up taking a finesse the second round, but
I think it was stiff jack at that moment.
right. Yeah, he had been squeezed, correct.
Right.
So Garner opened a diamond on the balanced 12 count, red on white. Spade overcall. 2 spades, showing a good diamond raise. 2 no trump from Garner. 3 clubs, Itabashi showing his second suit. And Jeff is not shy. He bid 3-0.
Going double by Itabashi.
Well, it is going to go down.
They need some swings. And
he's got a nice club suit. He can guess that, he could play clubs from the top and like hopefully somebody's honor drops or they're 3-3 or something like that. And that's in fact the case.
Basically they have 4 diamonds and 2 spades and a heart. Now they're going to have a club trick also. So
yeah, they're going to have a club, 4 diamonds, a heart, and 2 spades. The best he could do is start spades and just end up down 1.
yes.
So a good double by Itabashi. It's always interesting.
It's interesting. The spade lead, I think, would have beaten it another. And DeClaire might not have realized what was going on. DeClaire only started with a guaranteed 4 diamonds, 2 spades, and a heart. This got his club trick going. So meanwhile, the auction went 3 diamonds, 5 diamonds in the other room. And so we've let the queen of clubs. Larry overtook it and played a club back. It got rough.
Now it's always interesting going back to the closed room where, people will open, 4x3, 12 counts or even 11 counts. And then partner ends up forcing the game with his own 11 count.
I don't disagree with you. I sometimes think that maybe you should be, I have no problem a lot of times fitting a no trump with, a crummy looking 11 when partners open a minor in the aggressive modern world. So,
Well, this line of play is not going to go well for Daub. He decided to play for either the king of spades onside or the heart finesse, the heart to the queen.
right.
And both of those are offside. Had he taken two heart finesses, as it turns out, one of the hearts was onside. So he just, obviously it was good for him that he did something different than the other room. The bad news is that this is the line that didn't work.
It didn't, yeah, the patient died. That was the bad news. The operation could have been a huge success.
Yes. So this is going to be obviously very easy for East-West to defend. Berkowitz knows that there's no reason for him to hold any hearts in his hand, and he's just going to save that 10 of spades, and Declare will have nothing to do but take a heart finesse. He's got to pitch the club before Cohen has to pitch one. So
That's
they just
another huge
claimed.
pickup.
David did another claim from the East seat. He must be hungry.
I think they all want to make sure that they have, if they need time, they have time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, David also likes to nap, as you and I both know. So maybe he just feels like he needs a nap.
well, that he could have been napping, he claimed.
Well, he was claiming to get to his nap quicker.
Either that or he had Michael filling in for him on the as we know, another thing he likes to do is get up and go get something to drink during the rubber during the imp game.
Yes, that's for sure. So in the closed room, Wolfson opened the no trump, and I guess Silverman and Itabashi are playing Woolsey, which says that double is a 4-card major with a longer minor. So he certainly has that. Now I don't see any little alert thing next to the double.
Well, I see it's alerted up here. Clubs and diamonds, or no, clubs, diamonds, or majors. Okay.
Oh, okay. So this was a one suitor.
A one suitor in the minor or both majors.
All right.
So now Garner has been 2 spades, showing many hand types. That's all it says.
And Itabashi is not going to have any idea what partner has, so he's got to kind
What
of
partner
pass
has,
down.
right? Right. So now Jeff, I assume, has some way to figure out, or maybe he just has to bid 2-0 here. I'm not sure what he has, if this is a related 2-0 and partner's now going to bid out over that, or what it does exactly.
Right. Well, he has to do something. So 2-0 would seem logical.
Unless they have some agreement that this is, you do this if you don't like this or something or other. So.
Well, that would have been maybe if it was like, well, it's either diamonds or it's, natural or whatever, but not natural, but one other hand.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't think they would
I'm
have
not, sometimes when people play an unusual convention against you that you're not used to over your no trump, you're not sure what some of your bids means. Now South has got confused here and passed.
Oh.
So Wolfson and Garner are going to play 2 spades when they belong in, probably, and they can make diamonds. 3-0 or 5 diamonds. Right. So
now at the other table, Daub and Waldowski play KS, which shows weak no trump. So they open the no trump. Now we don't know what Berkowitz.
David, that was a penalty double.
Yeah, it's probably
no trump.
Right. Normally, when you play against a weak no trump, people use penalty doubles when they're at like the top of their range or more.
South redoubled, saying that he had a good hand. So Larry's now been 2 diamonds natural, and Dow has jumped on this one. I'm sure
Yeah.
David will give the I would think he might redouble here, trying to
Yeah.
bring all the suits into the picture. They actually can stop in 2 hearts and survive probably.
Well, even 2 of a black suit isn't so terrible. I mean, the suits are
No.
3-3.
No, it's not. Right. Neither one's terrible when the suits are splitting. Right.
If he played 2 spades, look how well that plays. He could, win a trick, play ace king in a rough and clubs, and a couple of heart tricks.
He's just going to
He
run
would
to
make
his
it
suit.
comfortably.
Right. So 2 spades just got doubled by Adam. I don't see why anybody's going to pull this now, particularly given their state, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But unless so. Now, whether David sits there still is another thing. That's why I was mildly surprised that he didn't. I guess he didn't redouble. So he passed.
There we go. Meanwhile, Garner is
Okay.
still wondering why he's playing 2 spades, but he's got to do his best to make it.
Yeah. So it turns out that Larry bid 2 diamonds on auction, and they alerted not discussed. So we don't know exactly how David took it, this sort of thing, whether he thought it was that suit and a higher, or who knows what so.
Yeah.
However, they've stumbled into an okay spot, although the diamond tap may be annoying, but I definitely expect them to get out and try that ace king in another club.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he plays ace king in a club, roughs another diamond, and now he's going after heart tricks, but he has time to play ace king in a club later.
Right. Now he's going to be in pretty good shape. They tap him enough time, the long diamond will be good.
Well, I don't think the opponents are going to want to do that.
No, I don't either.
They may want to think about leading some trumps.
David has the ace of trumps, unfortunately for them.
Right.
So David's in pretty good shape here. He's got
they don't want David
in.
to keep scoring diamond roughs with his low trumps.
They can't do much about it, it turns out. He's gonna probably score this one. Whether he makes an over trick is, I think, the only issue at this point.
Yeah, he'll take 2 clubs, a club rough, 2 hearts, at least 2 diamond roughs, and the ace of spades.
Right. So he doesn't
They could actually
know.
Yeah,
he won't know the long hearts cashing for sure, but his ace king of clubs and the club rough will certainly be a great start for him.
He's got 2 entries to dummy to rough 2.
Right. He won't know until he'll be roughing a diamond and unaware that the long heart necessarily is another trick also. That's all. And that's what makes me think we're going to climb up. That'll get him the 3 actually. So.
Yeah. Yeah, very unfortunate for the defenders that they have mirror distribution.
It is. They finally have gotten the spade suit going. Not that it would have helped that much earlier.
So this is sort of interesting how Garner was forced to make this. But I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of a swing on that board, because
Yes,
I don't think the final contract will be 2 spades.
it'll be very surprising as it is. Meanwhile, this one will be a swing. So
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a disappointing hand for the Lewis team. when it looks like they, you're plus 200 when they're in 3-0 the other table and all this. And how'd you guys do? You don't want to know.
Yeah, now he'll like throw a heart on the table and see that cashes.
You're right. That's it. Yeah. So we've gotten to the over trick. So 570 versus whatever 770 will be a nice little pickup, about 14, maybe. You would think after all these years, I would at some point have memorized the imp chart, but I always had somebody like Gerard or somebody keeping a running total half the time when I was playing. So
Yeah, well,
or carry or
this is gonna be 13 imps.
right. Okay. So 9 imps. So 9 imps for Wilson. I added the wrong way.
Oh, it's 3-0 the other
Right.
direction. Right.
Right.
Of course.
Right. After commenting that they were going to be disappointed, they're going to be disappointed they lost 9 imps.
Yes.
So that brings the lead well up over 100.
Well, Dalvin Wadlowski are going to have to feel like they're in dire straits now.
They are. Right.
They, he misguessed how to play 5 diamonds a little bit ago. They let double part score make, and I think was that a slam that they bid and didn't make, or I forget.
Yeah, there was right. That was the misguess in the slam.
Right.
So now they've had this disaster. Little do they know that if they don't do anything bad here, they're going to have a good pickup if they can figure it out.
Yeah.
Doubts opened a club that slowed Larry down for the moment. Club of diamond and no trump.
I guess their club isn't potentially short, as they call it. So
no, I think they're playing KS style still. So this one no rebid showed a strong no trump.
Yeah, Larry might bid 3 clubs now.
He could conceivably do it, or he might not want to tip off anybody where anything is.
That's also possible. Well, it doesn't really look like his opponents are about to play in a suit contract with this start.
No, and they're not.
Then they won't.
So.
And they'll be very lucky that hearts are 4-4, so they'll make 3-0. Although Larry may not even lead a heart.
Right. If Larry leads the queen of clubs, there'll be a little quicker hand to it. They'll make 5 or 6.
11 quick tricks and
right.
move on to the next board.
Right. But Larry's led a club.
Oh, I'm sorry. They have 12 top tricks. Excuse me.
Right. Right. No, they need the spade suit, don't they? 7 diamonds, 3 spades, and 2 clubs. 7 diamonds, 3 spades, and 2 clubs. Right.
So we finally have a relatively tame looking board, although Silverman and Itabashi stopped in a no trump with a 6-card spade suit and an 11 count facing a 12 count with some good spots. It's rare that you see people stop at the 1 level with that combination. But he's found himself in 1 no trump, and he's actually going to make quite a few tricks here. He's got well, if they play a spade, he might be cut off from his ace of hearts. Okay, so Waldowski claimed his 12 tricks. And they win 9 imps for their teammates will say minus 110, and they're going to be what was minus 110? What was that? Like, can't you make at least like 5 diamonds? Well, they didn't play diamonds, but we'll take the 9 imps.
They're going to be their teammates are going to be plus 110.
No, they're Dalvin Waldowski were minus their teammates will be minus 110.
Right. They're
Right,
gonna,
yeah,
right.
I
They
mean-
won't ask. They'll go, what happened? Where Larry and
Right.
David are gonna go
Right, they'll be wondering,
110,
yes.
right? So. All right. One thing we know is Itabashi's a favorite to make this contract.
He sure is. Well, and they made sure to set up yet another trick. So he's going
Right.
to take 9 tricks altogether.
So, they wanted to show them they should have bid more. So.
Okay, so here's the same board in the open room where he opened 12 to 14, no trump.
Right. Larry has bid 2 diamonds, which is one major.
And Dow was going to be
David
out of
will probably,
auction now for sure.
I suspect David will bid 2 hearts pass are correct. I suppose he could
might
make
bid 2 spades.
to make an obscure, like some sort of game try, so
Tell
partner has
partner,
to
I have
correct.
something
he'll
good
raise
in
it.
hearts. If
Sure,
maybe we can make a heart game.
sure, yeah, it's good enough hand to try that. If it's what the heck, we're gonna play spades anyway if I ask him to, what he's doing. So, unless David thinks he has enough for a some sort of progressive 2-0 bid to ask further about your hand.
So spades doesn't do awfully well.
No, it's not a great contract at all.
Well, actually, it's going to be a better contract if David bids it.
Right.
Because if it's Larry declaring it, they're going to get a diamond rough, probably queen of clubs, club to the ace, whatever. Another diamond rough. Then I guess he could split out the trumps. So
Right. By now he's
Let's
almost
make
drawn
2.
trump.
What?
By now he's almost drawn trump. They've roughed.
Oh,
so
no,
many
I'm
times.
sorry. That's 5 tricks already.
Yeah.
2 clubs and a diamond and 2 roughs, and they still have a trump trick. So 2
Right.
spades,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, 2 spades would go down 1 if Larry's the declarer. So David's still thinking about if he wants to tell partner that he's got an invite of some sort. So I'm
Well,
not sure
he's
what
asked
2-0
about what
trump
you
is.
have. He's shown a slightly bigger hand of some sort.
Well, that's
It
not
just-
going to be so good if partner's
No.
hand is spades.
So. No matter what it was, 2-0 is just a general qubit, I gather, in this point, since there's no alert on either side.
Yeah.
So that'll
Maybe-
end the auction most likely.
Maybe vulnerable. David was expecting something typically better from Larry.
Very possibly.
I mean, I think by their standards, Larry's hand is a little on the cheesy side.
Yeah, it's yep. I would have to agree with you. I would barely have enough myself at match points with Larry's hand. So, but
yeah.
I'd be in there at match points.
Yeah, I'm saying, if your spades were king, queen, jack, 6, then your hearts were too little. That's another story altogether. But
Right.
this texture is mediocre. So they're going to go down a couple of tricks here in 3 spades. One would think. We'll expect a deuce of diamonds from Moldavsky, telling partner my entries in clubs. Well, Larry has carefully played the queen and hidden the 3. So now it's possible that Daub is led from a doubleton.
Okay, well, he'll try his heart.
So that little ploy worked.
In a way, probably cut one of the roughs down at some point. He'd probably play
He could now play queen of clubs. I'm sorry, he could play queen of hearts, then a spade.
Queen
to
of
the,
hearts, spade to the ace.
pitch a club, if that's what he chose to do. And he'll be in much better shape.
Still probably headed for down one.
Right, because he's still going to be subject to a couple of roughs and a trump trick, ace of diamonds and ace of clubs. We've been ignoring the other table, but what's taking place here?
East is open a spade in third chair. South overcalled 2 diamonds, went negative double by West pass, and East just blasted game with a decent 15-5-4-1-3 hand. So didn't even mess around and inviting. Again, you can't simps, you can't blame them. They're down,
Yeah.
anything good that you can figure out to do, you want to get done.
Well, one might think 3 hearts was enough with that hand, but
I don't disagree with you. He just, rather than get involved, he just bid 4.
I mean, his partner's ace of spades could have been like, the queen of clubs instead, and he might have made the same bid.
1000%. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what you were talking about before about state of the match things.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Larry decided to not unblock the queen of hearts. He's hoping the king of clubs is on side, I guess. But he wants to get to his hand and play trumps.
And play another trump, which is actually that'll put a little spotlight again on Adam.
All right, so he did the right thing to play a low trump. Well, actually, he doesn't have any trump spots anyway, so that doesn't help.
And not when if the guy gets his diamond rough at some point. It looks like he's just down 2 clubs and a trump and a diamond at this point, right?
Right, so he's going to lose 2 trump tricks from here, so it's still down 2.
Right.
Unless Wildavsky still, for whatever reason, doesn't want to play a diamond.
Well, I'm not sure he wants to play a heart that much either.
Well, he's certainly not going to play a club.
Sometimes you're just then played.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why he's worried about playing a diamond.
Yeah, not clear either.
I mean, he knows his partner has a trump trick because Declare would not have, led the deuce of spades trick, the last trick. So he knows that Declare can't just like run diamonds should he have, a stiff king of diamonds left and get to dummy somehow. So.
Well, I would think at this point that he would know that they can't get to dummy. The hearts should be pretty, known how many hearts everybody had.
Yeah.
So on board 40, they wrapped up a quick, Wolfson led a club on board 40 into the ace, king, jack. The play went fairly quickly after that. So he went to 4-1 split. It wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here, after a diamond pass a heart, Silverman has a very solid Michael's bid here.
Then we got the 3-card limit, 3-card raise after it, which went pass and 2 hearts, and now a question of just whether Neil will try 2 spades. He doubles again to bring both suits in the picture, which is a good idea. They're off a spade and a diamond, and unless they guess the club. Now, So Garner has put up the ante to 3 diamonds. So he knows, his partner knows he has 3 hearts. So he can, if his partner hates diamonds, he can go back. So we're still waiting. Dodowski's finally played a diamond.
All right, so this will just
Back on board 39.
make the play go a little quicker.
Or so we thought.
Well, he knows Daub knows that his partner has the ace of clubs, otherwise he wouldn't have had a no trump bid, so.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I meant, so we thought it would go quicker. We're waiting for Larry to play, it looks like, or we're, caught up in some, glitch, just a transmission glitch.
Yeah. There have been a lot of,
Right.
I guess somewhat odd pauses, and we could only assume that might be some technical issues, but who knows?
Larry finally played low on the chance that he could throw his, maybe he could throw his diamond on the ace of hearts. They survived that round, so.
All right, so they'll
get it this way or that way. So
yeah.
so
All
that's
right,
down 2. That's another pickup. Another 8 imps for Lewis, trying desperately to close back in.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that they played spades. But that swing was totally created by the systemic difference, which the team that's down a lot is looking to have those types of swings.
Yep.
Obviously, Wildowski had opened the no trump with 12 to 14, whereas Wolfson had just, opened a pedestrian 1 club or diamond. I forget which suit he had. So the auction just timed out so differently. So here, David opened a spade in 3rd chair with a maximum non-1 club opening. So it looks like they're going to probably play 4 spades. Unless David bids 4 hearts here. And then they'll probably play 4 spades. I can't see David passing here.
No, he's a pretty good hand. And
Maybe
Larry either has a decent hand with 3 trumps or maybe slightly stretchy with 4, but the stiff diamond must look good to David. He's bid 4
he
hearts
decided to bid 4 hearts
along the way. We got to assume that's natural when Larry only bid 3 spades and they're playing a strong club.
Yeah.
They probably even some other suit. Yeah, I'm not. I maybe 3-0 would be some sort of thing, but Larry's correctly figured out that that's what it is. So David will be playing 4 hearts. Adams led the king of diamonds, and the question is what will he shift to? The jack of hearts coming down singleton will kind of help out that problem.
They play upside down count and attitude, Wildowski and Daub, do you know?
I don't know. I think so. I think I glanced. On the other hand, I think they did. I remember when they said they should know the heart count on the last hand, and they played lowest and highest when King Queen of Hearts got played by Larry. So
here's a relatively light 1 diamond opening in the closed room by East. I guess that was in 1st chair.
That was in 1st chair. It went past. a spade, and Garner now
clubs from
chimed in
Garner.
with 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 3 clubs. We're up to 3 diamonds. Not clear anybody will bid anymore. They've stolen the 4-4 spade fit from north-south.
Well, for north-south, that may turn out to be a good thing. Well, maybe not.
They may just calmly play in 3 diamonds at this point. Maybe Wolfson's thinking about bidding up to 4 clubs, but you know,
Well,
be mildly aggressive.
Jeff's not shy about bidding, so
No, we know that, but
there's a good chance he'll try 4 clubs.
it gets him past 3-0. Maybe he'll try 3 hearts on the way to try to get the 3-0. That's turns out they're off a spade, a club, and a spade, a club, and a heart for East-West. They want to compete in diamonds.
Yeah.
So Dodowski's led the king of diamonds and is still looking
Now
around.
he finally
Finally
shifted
shifted
to
to a club,
2 of clubs.
which will not hurt David's feelings. It's one less suit to deal with. So. Now the question is, how will David, a combination of draw trumps and get after?
Well, he's probably going to
spades at the
suspect
same
that Daub has the king of spades, since Wildavsky preempted in diamonds. No, he might do so in opposite a past partner with the king of spades, but
He might. It'd be pretty good, pretty big risk, but still David has to still negotiate getting the spade suit going here. So if he takes the jack of hearts legitimately, he has some different ways he can try and get after.
well, he might try the 10 of spades now.
Right. He's trying the 3 though.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He wouldn't do that. He would.
He might
That
misguess
could
here,
lose 2 spade tricks easily.
but
So now he'll probably play the queen on the assumption that maybe Wildavsky would have shifted to or led a singleton or shifted to it.
queen, good call by you. So now David can just concede a spade trick and maintain control. They tap him, he can draw trumps ending in dummy and bring a club to his hand. So he's going to make the same tricks. He's going to claim. He's claimed again. David claimed again. 11 tricks for David. They back on board 42 in the closed room. They sold to the 3 diamond contract by East-West, who made it.
The play went very quickly. Obviously, there was nothing to it. They lose 3 aces on that board.
Right. So.
I can't see the board number. They're on 43.
They are on board 43, and what's over? Why can't you see the board number? Just not your screen.
It's the camera stuff is covering the board number.
You can move yourself. I've got us positioned at the bottom of the screen. You might be able to just if you use your cursor, move it.
Yeah, I did that. Okay.
Okay. So I went through that the first time. So okay, so we're back on the one where where Garner opened this is board 41.
Well, Daub opened a diamond.
A diamond, right?
Adam had a normal heart response. Now here, 2 diamonds might mean something else, but Larry overcalled the spade.
Larry overcalled the spade. Daub elected not to give a 3-card double, instead to advertise his diamonds. So it's now gone 2 spades by David on his his cards.
Especially with the hard opening bid on his left.
So
But
Yeah, but again, he's respecting Larry's vulnerable decision. So yeah,
Yeah.
not surprising. Adam has chimed 3 diamonds, and Larry has bid 4 spades,
now Dave
which
is
is
probably thinking, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
turns out the club king's in the wrong spot.
All right, well, Dalb has done the right thing to take the save against 4 spades.
No, that's I think that was spade, a diamond, and a club. Yep. So he survived that. Somehow at the other table, this is one where Neil didn't, they just stopped bidding. Neil tried doubling 2 hearts and nobody bid again. And after Garner raised the 3 diamonds. So
Okay, well, Larry certainly have enough defense to double.
he did have enough defense. Somehow David didn't find the heart lead to give him their extra trick.
Well, that I don't think that would have given them an extra trick because then
Oh, you're right, because now the spade goes
now
away.
they would
You're
just
absolutely right.
ditch the spade. So
That
either
happens a
way.
lot. You think you're getting a rough, and then all of a sudden some other trick that you set up on the opening lead isn't there anymore. That you would have set up isn't there anymore.
Right. So he'll draw trump, lose a spade, a club, and 2 hearts.
He'll probably try and sneak a club through, but we don't really see it happening.
So here on board 43, Wolfson opened a heart, and Silverman doubled with a hand that's a little better than a strong no trump. But obviously he wouldn't overcall no trump with Queen Doubleton of hearts. And
And
once
Itabashi
partner bid a no
sensibly bid a
trump,
no
he had
trump.
an easy raise to 3.
Yep. So I'm surprised David hasn't claimed. Okay, North claimed. So that's a 9-in pickup for Wolfson, climbing back ahead. Not quite a triple digits again. This is the one where they made a pretty easy, 130 in the closed room. Once it started a diamond past a spade, it was hard for the opponents to find the spade suit. Not that it would have helped them that much when the spades were going to be split so badly.
David might open 3 diamonds with this.
He's ball against not. It could maybe.
But it's both ball, but yeah.
Both ball. I mean, it's pretty good. 16. You might think he has closer to 8 tricks and might think it's just too good.
Okay, he decided to open 1 diamond.
Maybe king empty 4th of hearts, would have been, okay to him.
Yeah.
I think that slightly better hand was just too much. So
Yeah,
we're going to start.
There's definitely value in preempting.
Absolutely. But, sometimes you just have agreements with your partners, how many tricks you're going to have for preempting. And at some point, you just get to be too heavy. It's hard for a partner, even with a trumpet, to anticipate that you're going to take that many tricks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they have such specific standards, but I don't think this is too far from what partner would expect.
No, I don't know exactly.
I lean towards wanting to preempt in hands like this.
Certainly, if partner was a past hand, it wouldn't automatic preempt.
Sure.
So
okay, so here's Silverman has opened 2 spades. It went a very bold 3 club overcall by Garner with his 7 club tricks and an ace. And a white on red 4 spades with just a jack in his hand by Itabashi. And actually their fit is pretty good for not losing too many tricks.
They hold themselves to 5 losers, it looks like.
Well,
6,
five
no,
side
1,
seed
2, 3,
losers
4,
and the
5,
ace of
6.
spades.
6, but Wolfson is elected to go bid 4-0. We don't know that takeout, some sort.
Well, it's certainly not to play.
No, we don't think it's to play. It'd be interesting to see how, not every partnership has always discussed this.
Yeah, well, I would think it's takeout. I think Garner will jump to 6 clubs here,
Certainly be interesting if that's
which he
enough.
did.
This is a grand
And
slam
now-
hand. He has bid 6 clubs.
If I'm Wolfson, I'm raising. I mean, what could Garner have? I mean,
Nope, he's passed.
6 clubs is a pretty big bid.
It's a pretty big,
And
especially when you
Wolfson-
have the jack of clubs.
Wilson could have like an ace and a king less than he has.
And you have the jack, and don't discount the jack of clubs when partner bids 6
No,
clubs.
absolutely. I'm not discounting the jack of clubs.
Right. So when you have that, he probably needs a little, he might have a side card if you're curious, if you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that he had solid clubs and out to bid 6 clubs there.
Correct.
They certainly sounded like they were pretty darn good clubs, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
David and Larry have gotten
Wolfson,
the 5 diamonds doubled. They've had to save over 5 clubs, which, turns out was going down. But they're only off 3 tricks, so it won't be that bad a save. So it'll be a small pickup to Lewis.
6 imps for Lewis there. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 8 imps.
So,
They're vulnerable. So
right.
330 is 8. Ah, so Silverman saved in 6 spades.
And now when North said double, which is interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he had a mandatory. Who knows? Once your partner had passed, it was, dicey. Hard to get to the grand next. So, however,
Well, some
still
people
could be off a few
play
tricks.
that double shows interest in bidding on.
That's
They call it
interesting.
pass double inversion.
Yeah, I didn't know if everybody applies it at that high level. I didn't know at what point the old rule about you need first round to control the pass there came in. So at the 5 level, there's a lot of pass double inversion going on. So yeah, but they'll be down a bunch in 6 spades doubled. So,
Yeah, well, they're going to be down 5. So
right.
that'll be 1100.
1100 these days or something like that.
That's 1100 for several years now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, right. You and I are old enough to have gone for 900.
Yeah, that's right. And we did.
Maybe sometimes they had a game when we were at minus 900. Maybe they didn't.
I do remember going for 2100 once.
Was it a good save?
Well, they could make 2140, so
Okay.
we won an imp.
Too bad. If it was a board, it'd be a lot more.
Yeah. Damn, should have been playing board a match that day.
That's right. Okay, so the 5 diamonds double. They're just going to take their tricks. Are going to take. I'm surprised David is. Where are you going to throw? David, claim. You can't throw the jack of spades on anything. Now we're going to try and sneak it by, huh? Okay. Okay, finally he's got around to claiming. Little slow there, David, on the claim. So just teasing, as we know.
David might lead the event in claims.
I might. That's what we do have to. We can check this. We'll have to see if they have stats for that later. There's stats for a lot of things.
Maybe that's
you can find a lot of
the
interesting for the audience. There's a lot of interesting stats available on Love Bridge. about how many good leads have been made, how many double dummy leads, percentage of contracts and things like that. So I haven't looked through them all, but the headings on the stats were very interesting. So
Well, I didn't know that was there. That sounds great.
yeah, look through the Love Bridge screens on the whole event, and you can go to the main menu of Love Bridge and find some more other information. So Neil and
So board 33, we have the same start, 1 heart double. This should be an easy 1-no trump bid for David. Larry will have an equally easy 3-no trump bid. He's very, very happy to be playing no trump with these cards. And Queen Doubleton of Hearts to boot. So that auction has been duplicated. And my guess is Moldavsky will lead, I'm going to say a low heart. So the closed room, they finally took their 6 tricks and 6 spades double for 1100. But that's an explosive board.
it is. That was an exciting board, that's for sure. So Wadowski has led a spot
he
card
led the 10.
advice,
Okay.
which I'm not.
Well, he's not going to
Partner
be too
probably
happy
doesn't have
about that.
much going on here. So
No.
Played the ace. And declare the 2 diamonds lifting. Decided to finesse right-handed opponent to the jack, and I don't see how they can go had any effect on this decision.
Well, but in these positions, if I understand it,
we're hearing background chatter. See how I can.
how we declare.
Quiet. Hey,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, guys.
That's okay. I didn't know. I was looking to see if it was the audience, and I'm
It was Jan. Jan has joined to tell you that both of the trailing teams in these events have withdrawn. So today is over. There won't be
Okay.
any more VUGRAPH,
It's
and we will
over
start again tomorrow
15 minutes.
with the senior USA2 final.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'll announce that
Thank you.
again as we follow the end of this set. So we have about 2 boards left, and so
Well,
there
Wilson
will
and
be no
Garner
more
are now in the
broadcasts
final
tonight.
board.
Enjoy the end of these, but both teams have withdrawn and elected not to play the last set of their events. So that means the Baker team will be USA2 in the women's event, and the Wolfson team will be playing the Hammond team to be USA2 in the senior event. That play will start again tomorrow at around a little after 11, and there'll be two full days of VUGRAPH and commentary. So now we've seen, so the 10 of hearts is played. David just trying to figure out how can he make this carefully. He's got to get his diamond tricks. He needs 3 diamonds, couple clubs, couple spades, and needs another trick from.
Well, he could just drive out hearts.
He can now drive out hearts, right? So
Because South can attack his spade entry, obviously.
so David will play a little carefully here, and I'm sure he'll come home, bring the game home.
Well, as he's looking at it, he's guaranteed 2 clubs, 2 spades, a heart, and 3 diamonds if he played on diamonds. If he plays on hearts, there'd be almost nothing that South could possibly do to him.
No, not at all, really. Not particularly in this case where South is like nothing in clubs to boot.
Yeah, in the closed room, they're playing like what looks to be the flattest 3-no trump you'll ever see. I would say there's no auction that doesn't get you to 3-no trump with a good 19 count opposite 9. No major suit fit.
Well,
Every
absolutely, just see that, yeah.
So this is just gonna be a matter of how many over tricks East-West make.
Neil is elected to start some sort of safety play in spades. I guaranteed 3 hearts, 3 spades, and 3 clubs without even touching the diamond suit so far.
Well, the opponents couldn't do too much to attack him in diamonds.
No, they could not, but I'm saying he started right out with going,
Right.
once he had the clubs, 3 clubs in the bag, he just went right after 3 spade tricks with a safety play, that's all. You know, low to the classic safety play with ace-9 third opposite king jack fourth, low to the
So
king, low back.
Berkowitz has won the queen of hearts, and
Ace
in fact,
9.
is just gonna drive out hearts.
So,
Well, the jack of hearts shift will cause Silverman no pain.
no, South had thrown a heart already, so basically he can run his tricks, and I suspect at the end North South will just get 2 club tricks, 2 diamond tricks. I mean, I don't see any place for them to go,
No,
and eventually Neil will have to play diamonds himself. Oh, he's going to try for tricks now, figuring he can only lose so many, so he'll try and make a guess in diamonds now that won't work. And then it won't matter later anyway. So the queen of diamonds has been shifted to. David doesn't seem very disturbed about that one in board 43.
yeah,
He'll
no,
now
nothing
play
of that.
spades himself.
That's interesting.
Oh, the 9 of spades had already been played by Dow with some sort of upside down. That's why it went low to the 8. So, okay. And eventually David claims his 10 tricks. So
He could have
board
played
44.
Bogowski for 11.
They already had 2, I think, didn't they?
No, he didn't. He didn't have to give him the king of spades.
Ah, I see. You're right. Well,
Well, depends. I'm not sure how.
yeah,
Yeah, he might have been able to then play him for an
they
11.
might have, but that might have included giving him 2 heart tricks. Then play him.
Well, that's all they would have gotten was the 2 hearts. Well,
So
here's that explosive board 44, which had, if the match were closer, could have been a pivotal board. But we'll see how it plays out.
this could be very exciting. It wouldn't surprise me to say it starts somewhat the same way. 2 spades, 3 clubs, 3 spades. He's asked for a spade stopper to get the 3-0 opposite a solid minor. That might tip off Adam even more to bid a grand. See if David takes up the rest of the space with 4 spades here on the vulnerability. Maybe David will try
He might
5
try 5.
spades or something.
Yeah.
Of course, not any number that they bid over is good for them. Just depends, how low can I go to keep them low? Sometimes not bidding and the opponents just stay low. This probably won't happen here.
Well, 7-0
They need a
Trump
nice
is also cold.
So. Now we might just see Adam try 6 clubs here. Not clear. How much he's expecting from partners. When partner bids 3 spades, I'm not sure that only shows just a solid suit. Maybe I'm supposed to have stuff on the side. And again, that jack of clubs is an awfully funny card when your partner thinks they have a solid suit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he might be saying, well, does my partner have something like ace, king, queen, 8th and out?
That could well be, in which case 6 clubs is okay.
Right. But 7 might be off
Might
against
not
the
be,
diamonds,
right.
of course. So he's got that to think about. I'm not sure how you find out.
Sure.
They've taken up too
They
much
need-
room
unless
already
they-
for
Yeah,
any
7, no,
ace
that's how
asking
you find out.
Well,
That'll, and
7-0 trump
that's
the
exactly how you find out.
word. Grand Slam
7,
style.
no, and nobody's doubled, so.
That's true. He got past them with no double. So
Right, so.
try saving over that.
So with diamonds splitting, there won't be any problems. I don't think 7, 3, 3, 1. No, as soon as long as clubs are okay, he's okay.
He's got 16 top tricks.
That's all.
That's it.
3. Wow, really? Wow, that's unlucky.
Well, with diamonds breaking
Right.
the right way.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. But meanwhile, he only needs 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 7 clubs, and a spade. And so, but the interesting part is he might have a chance if clubs somehow went ridiculously against him. If they caught
Yeah.
the 5-0.
Some days hearts are 3-3.
So. Well, he would have needed diamonds or hearts, right? He would have had 2 shots because he would have had 4 club tricks, even if clubs were 5-0. So, but this is going to be a pickup for them, but not apparently too little too late. Cashes jack of clubs. Maybe David will claim again. So.
I don't know why David isn't claiming now, even if Wildowski has no clubs. Clubs are 3-3.
Okay. 13 total. That's a nice pickup for them. A quick 15 back, but probably they didn't think that was enough. This will be our last
Well, they're
board.
still
We'll watch.
down 74 imps, and the last board is a pretty flat 3-0.
3-0.
So it's hard to imagine too many imps changing hands here.
It's funny. I had this discussion earlier this week with somebody about how many imps do you have to be before you'd give up with 15 boards to go. And so, obviously I didn't have the answer.
Hey, stuff happens. I mean, we've all played a Swiss team match, 7 boards where you won 43-1.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking
And nobody
about.
did
Right?
anything ridiculous, just it happens. You just need enough boards like that.
Right. I'm a little surprised they didn't soldier on, only as the person I was talking to at the time, actually, their actual comment was, well, it depends on whether we have a client on the team or not. Pretty much if we have a client, we'll just keep playing forever, so.
Well,
So Larry's opened a strong club.
the biggest comeback I recall was I think the nickel team came back from 71 imps down or something, and with 16 boards to go in a Vanderbilt or a Spingold match.
Sure, there's been 1 or 2 of those. I think Edgar might have had one too. Edgar might have been on both sides of winning one and being against of a 65 pluser easily, just because of the nature of their KS system. I think turned so many boards into opening leads and different side of the table swings.
Yeah.
So, and obviously in the days when Jeff and Eric just big game all the time and people weren't as good at defending, they could roll up some pretty big sets. So,
Well, that's
so
the
it
way
started
a
a
lot of
club
people
pass and no
choose to
trump.
swing.
Right.
You
David is
know,
showing an 8-11 balanced hand. A very classic, old precision auction. I don't know, Bruce, do you play any strong club these days?
no, it's been a while, but
No, okay. I mean, this is a hand traditionally in my, I put 2 hearts on to show the balanced 9 to, but just, Claire, partner gets to bid more,
Well,
I mean, the big hand gets to declare more often. That's
I
all.
played a relay style precision with Josh Parker for many years, and we actually would have responded a heart with the balanced game force type hand, but
Sure,
you know.
right. We've all,
It
yeah,
would have been, it would have gone almost as quickly, because
right.
really.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just, just tactically, different people
Yeah.
use different things over strong clubs. Some people, you know, I actually play with Styro. I was 0 to 5 and 6 to 8 steps the first two, and then one of those are positive heartbeat. So, yeah, it's worked out well over the years for us. So, but this should be a pretty
Well,
quick hand.
the Claire can't help but make 10 tricks on this hand, similar to. If they go all out in the spade suit, they can make 11.
And David's probably looking at his watch going, we have a 6 o'clock dinner reservation out here somewhere, or 7,
Well,
sorry,
remember
they're fine.
Remember, we're half an hour
They're an
delayed.
hour behind that too, right? So
Yeah.
Bruce, how do you feel about the starting times being where you're done by 7 o'clock? Would you prefer they were later?
When I go to the nationals, it always used to be when they started at 1 o'clock. I kind of didn't mind when we were in a good weather place, because I would go play tennis or something in the morning, or get some kind of exercise. But I think on balance, the newer method of starting early and being done by 7:30 or whatever, I think that's great.
Well, I
And
like
then
it too, but I
Kind of
suspect,
have a civilized dinner and.
yeah, I suspect it's partly having spent a lot of my life getting up at those hours anyway. So,
Yeah. Well, obviously, most people at bridge tournaments are used to getting up at 7 in the morning and get up and go to work somewhere.
right.
So I think the only people that really mind this schedule are maybe bridge professionals who kind of,
Right, that's
like to
exactly.
sleep in.
It's funny. That's exactly what the person who I was talking to said. They said, "Well, not for nothing, they." Okay, we've wrapped up our 10 tricks,
Yeah. He played it
and
pretty
so
much exactly the same way. He sort of safety played the spades.
right. Well, thanks, folks. Thanks for being with us. Sorry, the match got a little not as exciting as it could have been. We were hoping we'd tighten it up so there'd be an exciting fourth quarter for the rest of the people. Again, there'll be bridge starting again at 11 o'clock tomorrow for the senior USA2 seniors. So feel free to tune in tomorrow. Until then, I want to thank Bruce. It was
I
a
think it
pleasure
starts
for working with
11:30
you, and thanks
on the
for
VUGRAPH.
the VUGRAPH will be 11:30. Right. That
All
is
right.
true.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks. Have a great
Take
night,
care.
everybody. Bye.
Enjoy the final tomorrow.
Let's see. How do I turn myself off? I'll just start shutting down things.
you.